everyone, my name is Mario for Cost Spirit and welcome to the channel. So today is going to be another video we're going to do on the men going their own way, MGTOW, right? And going their own way, yeah, so that's it. Anyway, so if you saw my past two videos, like I'm not a big fan of putting all this of men going their own way on the shoulders of women, okay? I'm not saying that women don't have responsibility to what's going on, but I'm saying it's not all of their responsibility. Now, let me explain myself. So I was watching this morning a video, and this guy talking about how in Hollywood, they're creating these romantic movies to, in a sense, I'm paraphrasing here, but in a sense to brainwash women to go after, you know, the bad boy, the irresponsible boy, because he's more exciting. It's instead of going for the responsible man, you know, the one that will give her shelter and you know, and a family and, you know, stability in her life, right? So they're explaining, they talk about the movie The Notebook and other movies, how they're brainwashing women to want to go after that kind of boy to make it look like that's what you want, not the more responsible type, right? Which I do believe. I believe that Hollywood and whoever's running Hollywood is using Hollywood to brainwash society to believe in what they want them to believe, right? So putting that aside for right now, so let's go. Who is the biggest influence in a girl's life? Okay, without any scientific proof, I'm going to say it's her father. Why? Because he is the head of the household and he is her protector. Okay, when the demons come in, she runs to him for protection. Now, if she runs to her mother, then there's something wrong. Her father better get a serious check. But yeah, so this is why I say that he is her biggest influence, okay? So if she turns out to be somewhat fantastical in her belief system, which is not living in reality, then I would say, you know, he is the biggest reason why. Okay, so let's look. So we'll put that there. Now let's look at other males in her life that could have a influence on creating the woman that is living a fantastical lifestyle, right? So let's talk about this one show. Lately I've been watching a lot of older shows because it's a little easier to watch, a little more lighthearted. I like watching before I go to bed. It kind of winds things down, right? So lately I've been watching the Partridge Family. Okay, so the Partridge Family was created in 1970 and it ran right up to March 1974. So 4 years, right? So 1970, I was going on well, I was 2 years old, right? I was born in September 1968, so that would make me two years old. So when it ended, I was 6 years old. So between 1970 and 1974. So of all the episodes that I've watched, okay, now let's just pretend I watched 20 episodes. It's about that, right? Out of the 20 episode, there's only 2 episodes, right? And they never like make the little children have issues, which is pretty good. They leave them out of the equation. So the only ones that have, in that sense, issues would be the 2 boys and the daughters. So you got the oldest boy, then the daughter second, then you get the third child is a boy, and then you got, I'm pretty sure the fourth oldest child is a boy, and then I think the girl, there's a girl as the youngest one, right? So out of these 20 episodes, I would say most of the episodes where they have like one of the kids are having issues or doing stuff that it's not appropriate, getting into trouble, this and that, I would say 80% of the time, okay, it's the boys, right? The two oldest ones. They leave the little ones out of it, right? So 80% is the boys, and of all the episodes I saw, I say probably around 20, only 2 times that I saw where the girl, right, the second oldest one of the family, where she had the issues. So that's one thing there of the way that they did things, right? So now you could say, well, but boys are usually more mischievous than girls, and this and that, and blah blah. Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. Now, what else did I pick up? Well, what they're doing in quite a few of these episodes. I'm going to take one for instance. One for instance. The oldest boy and the oldest girl, I think they're about a year apart, right? So in their high school, they had a thing where they were going to do like the other genders, like let's say like work, what they would do as work, right? So for the guy, he does like auto mechanics and woodworking and sports stuff like that, right? So the girl would have to do that stuff there. Okay, now the girl, she does cooking, cleaning, this and that. So the boy would have to do that there. So the two of them come home one night. So Keith is the name of the oldest boy, and Lori's the name of the oldest girl. So they come home one afternoon, and they tell their mom what's going on, and the boy's like, well, Keith is like, well, that's ridiculous. Men are a lot better at doing both stuff than women, right? So and then the mother and Lori like, yeah, whatever, this and that, right? So like, okay, well, let's see what happens, okay? So now, remember, this is between 1970 and 1974. This is not like today. This is between 1970 and 74. Now watch the programming, right? The brainwashing. So so Keith and the middle boy and their manager of this band. I don't know if you guys know the Partridge family is. They're like a family that are a band, and they go on tour and all that, right? So then they sing and play music together. So that's what the story's about them, and their band and all that, right? So and they have a manager, which is Ruben Kincaid, right? So between that grown man there, then Keith, which he's in high school, and then the second oldest boy, which is probably, I don't know, grade 7 or whatever, grade 8, grade 6 or something like that. They couldn't even cook a meal, okay? They couldn't even cook a meal, mind you. Lori and her mom, right? I think they like changed spark plugs, replaced wires, did all kinds of stuff to a car, made it hum like a baby. It was incredible. But the other ones couldn't even cook a meal. They pretty much could have starved to death. The way they made it out to be, right? So that's one episode there. So another episode, they're in this cottage somewhere. So and they're kind of stuck. So the mom goes to her son. She goes, well, light a fire, right? Because there was a fireplace there, so we keep warm. Well, he didn't know how to light a fireplace. The manager, he didn't know how to light a fire either. The one that knew was Lori, the daughter. Like, right? So now the one I watched yesterday, which I ended up shutting out. I watched some of them, the ones that are lighthearted and fun, right? But some that are too much brainwashing, I don't watch. But that one there, Lori has a friend. Her name is Jackie. Yeah, I think it's Jackie or Jessie or something like that, right? Well, this girl's going to try out for the boys' basketball team. And now the whole argument is girls can't play with boys on the basketball team. And the girls are like, yeah, we'll show you this and that. And we all know what's going to happen. I didn't watch it because, but we all know what's going to happen. She's going to try out for the boys' basketball team. And she's going to get in. And everybody's like, see, I told you, girls, and blah, 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 blah. So it's between 1970 and 74. There's only one example. We could go to many, many examples where girls have been brainwashed to think that they're men, that they're better than men, they're equal to men, whatever. And now, where does, besides her father, where does the other men come in? Well, the creator was created by Bernard Slade. I'm gonna put up some pictures up there, and then the writers were males as well. And I looked at the producers, and it was like 5 or 6 producers, and they were all males. So that show was created by all males. Okay, and there's these males that are trying to make it look males look weak, and women stronger than males, better than males, and they do it in this nice, fun, family, heartfelt, joyful experience. So this is what I'm saying. These kids are well, all kids are, right? But these girls are being brainwashed from conception right up to where we're dealing with them as adults. And if you're wondering why they're acting the way they're acting, this is why. Right? This has been happening even before 1970. Right? But this is just one example. It's all males that created these shows to brainwash society to act like men and women are equal, and that what women can do what men can do, but men can't do what women can do. It's a complete debacle. And this is why I say, do not get too upset with these women. Do not point your fingers at them, because when you point your finger at someone, you point 3 at yourself. And those 3 are her father, right? I'm not saying I'm her father, but I'm speaking as a general male. Her father, all those guys that wrote that movie, and all the other males that have played their part in brainwashing girls, okay? And whatever, there you go, 3, whatever, all the other males you can jump in. Well, even myself, I play a part in growing up and doing stuff that made girls feel that they were inferior to men, which they're not inferior, they're just different. So when you expect a girl to act like a man, and you make them feel bad for not being as strong as a man when they're not, and then get upset later on, 30, 40 years later, when they're trying to act as strong as a man, but they can't, then, I'm responsible for some of that stuff too, making fun of girls because, let's say, you run like a girl. Well, how else can a girl run like who she is? A girl will run like a girl. So what's that? How's that making sense to make fun of that girl because she runs like a girl? It makes no sense, right? And I've done that, and I'm sure I've done other things that brought us to this situation here. But I don't have any kids, so not as much as a father out there or many other men. But I still played my part, right? But anyway, so I'll leave it there. But this is what I'm saying, guys. The point at the end of the day, we should be working together to fix what has happened in the past to bring us where we are today. Do not judge, discern, find out what the problem is, and let's fix the problems together. That means men are not pointing their fingers at women, women are not pointing their fingers at men, and we're all working together to fix what was created in our past. So anyways, we'll leave it there, and I'm pretty sure I'll be doing more videos on this and give you guys more examples where men are in my opinion, the biggest brainwashers of girls. They're the ones that created this madness that a lot of men today, like the guys that are in their 20s and 30s or whatever, that they have to deal with what their forefathers and grandfathers had created for them, right? So anyways, I'll leave it there. Have a good day, and we'll see you next video. Goodbye.